Good day everyone, welcome back to Leading Edge Cricket Academy. Thank you for joining us today. And this is going to be a series of videos for you guys. We're going to be talking about the T20 World Cup. It has finally arrived and we are so excited to be bringing you these videos. So I hope you stay tuned with us and we're going to talk everything about the World Cup, from every team that plays, right from game one all the way until the final. We're going to give you guys the latest news, all the highlights, the best performances, wickets, runs, all of it guys. So just make sure you stay tuned and subscribe so you don't miss any videos. But let's just get straight into today's video.
So Coachy, how many videos a day are we going to do?
It's 2 games every single day, so we're going to be busy. Lots of videos for you guys to watch.
2 videos a day, don't miss the spot guys. Hi everybody, let's get into it. Coachy, what did you think? What a kicker, who played?
Yeah, exactly. So guys, the first game, right up front, is Oman versus Papua New Guinea. New Guinea. I thought it was a great game so far. I think on Papua New Guinea's side, they did struggle and Oman was definitely the strongest team of the day. But I'm not going to talk about both teams. Coach Allen's going to be talking about New Guinea and I'm going to be talking about Oman. So Oman, they opted to bowl first. They won the toss, so they decided, okay, well, we're going to bowl first and see what Papua New Guinea have got for us. And then they just took it from there. But I think that Oman's opening fast bowlers started off extremely well. I think it was the first 2 overs was a maiden, if I'm not mistaken. So
2 wickets.
Exactly, with 2 wickets. It was a maiden and 2 wickets. So that already put the opposite team on the back foot. But I think their fast bowlers, they really did an outstanding job and their lines and lengths were spot on.
Yeah, I think, so if we're talking about what Oman did right, was their bowlers right up front got in the face of the PNG guys. They were very tight lines, they were moving the ball, great variation, giving the batsmen no room to work with to score runs. However, in Papua New Guinea should have been looking to rotate. They should have been looking just to push that ball away. Again, some of them, and in defense of PNG, they haven't played a lot of cricket in the last couple of months. They are rusty. You can see they're a little bit out of sorts. They're not quite there. The edge is not quite there. We know they're a better team than what we saw today. So I don't think write them off. I think they were struggling. They were rusty. There was no footwork, bad shot selections overall kind of thing. They just didn't gel on the day, you know what I'm saying? But I think right up front, Oman, there was 2 wickets and there was no runs. I mean, you know, Coachy, how do you come back from that right up front? How do you come back from that mindset, scoreboard pressure, World Cup? You've just qualified to get in there.
Look, I mean, that's a great question, but that's the part of cricket. It is difficult. I mean, if you lose 2 wickets up front within the first 2 overs, then you've got to start a rebuilding phase, which is difficult because in overs 1 to 6 is the power play. And you want to exploit the power play because there's only 2 fielders outside the circle. So you want to be scoring as many runs as you can in that 6 overs.
So what are we looking at? Like 10 runs an over in that power play?
So you should be looking between anywhere from 55 runs to 60. Just under 10 and over or just over would be brilliant. But it is difficult to do, guys. When you lose 2 early wickets, you need to rebuild where you should actually be pushing forward and attacking.
Yeah, I agree with you. So I think for me, so if I kick off some of our batsmen, obviously we know we lost 2 right up front. We lost literally in the first over, Tony Ura, we lost him real up quick. It was a great ball, but he pushed at the ball, no footwork. That's a little tiny, that's rusty, that's not having played cricket for a while, sort of from my perspective. Again, I'm not the coach and I'm not there to see, but just watching it from an outsider's point of view. If you're having a look at, for instance, Mr. Lega, youngster, 22 years of age, starting to feel a little bit of pressure, maybe going too early, a little rusty, chops it onto the stumps, bang, straight away, we've got 2 wickets down. So he just didn't commit to the shot, just no intention, no sort of like I want to get out there and do it, sort of plant and swing. But anyway, it is what it is. But then again, luckily, Vala captain was there. Came in, Charlie Amin was there, Amini, I presume you pronounce his name. So, struggled a little bit to form some relationship and some sort of partnership out there. But once they started using their feet and they started sort of getting a little dominance and a little confidence back, the guys started playing very nicely. Amini, some great straight drives, great in flair, calculated risks, using the feet wisely, good, slightly better shot selections and things like that. Pushing great back foot drives, good form, good technique. So finding a little rhythm, starting to maybe swing that momentum a little bit and go from there. And as you can see, by around about the fourth over, 19 runs, so the run rates were a little low at that point. They hadn't quite got up there. They needed to be, like you said, the 8, the 9, the 10 runs. They weren't there. At the 6 over in the power play, they were 40 for 2. Not great. They should have been, like you said, coaching. 55, 60 is where they needed to. I think they lacked a bit of rotational strike. They didn't push those singles, wait for the odd bad ball in the over, dispatch it for 4 or a 6. So they just left, they probably left 4 runs and over, just hanging out there in the middle of the pitch. Again, also their quick singles was not as good. If I compare the Oman batsmen, the 2 opening batsmen, they very, very good communication. Their running skill, their quick singles, punching the gaps, using their feet, playing the ball. Nice positive cricket. PNG just seemed to be a little bit of a negative space. Maybe it's a confidence thing early in the tournament, and we'll see what happens from there. But however, Vali, Amini did get some good running going. They did get some nice stuff going. In actual fact, 3rd batting partnership record for them at 83 odd runs. Really well done. So great potential, good opportunities there. I think the guys are going to do very well. But I think if you kick in, where did you guys sort of tear us apart? Round about that middle area where you started getting into us with your bowlers?
Yeah, I think from an Oman's point of view, the key point, the point that the game turned, although I mean the first 2 overs they lost 2 wickets, but when Papua New Guinea started rebuilding and Oman was starting to sweat a little bit,
it's a run out.
I think that their key wicket, Oman, was when they got the captain out, because the captain scored over 50 for Papua New Guinea. He was going really well. He was the danger man for Papua New Guinea, and that was a key wicket to get. But yet again, what is that? Why did we get the wicket? It's because the bowlers were just applying pressure. The runs weren't coming. They were tying it up. There was no runs coming. So what happens? Papua New Guinea, they had to look for answers. They had to look for the shots that weren't there. And what happens? You go for the shot and you make an error, lack of execution, and that's how it happens. The wickets start tumbling. So I think that Oman's bowlers, they showed some good skill, swing, slower balls, Yorkers. So I think they did pretty good. And I'm just going to talk about very briefly the fielding from Oman. Oman's fielding was horrid. They really let themselves down. It was not a good performance from Oman fielding wise. Papua New Guinea ended up scoring 129. I think if you look at all the missed fields and the extra runs leaked, I think maybe they would have ended on 100 runs. So it's those small things that in the later stages of the competition count, because the game you could either win or lose by just 1 run. That's all it takes. So from my side, I think the bowling was really good. The spinners, they bowled too short, so they allowed the option of scoring runs, relieving some of the pressure, and the spinners just bowled a bit too short, and the fielding was definitely not the greatest.
I think a good win by the better batting bowling side today for me. So if you look at the fielding side, I think PNG's got it there. They're there. I think if they can build off the back of that and build some confidence in their batting, if they can just get some more time in the middle, and their bowlers need to work hard. The bowlers need to really dig deep. They've got a solid fielding unit, and to back the fielders, they need to bowl better lines. Too short, little too wide, little too full, not enough variation. You know, they're not the quickest bowlers, but they're backing their strength is at that level when you're not that pacey. Need to be finding those lengths, finding those channels, putting the batting team under pressure, because it could have been a victory even if they hadn't taken wickets, because they could have shut them down so much with a good fielding unit that they would have been able to sneak a victory. But again, early days in the tournament, hopefully it's a good lesson. The guys are going to take away a lot of notes and go work on it and have a look at it. So let's have a look and see. So from a bowling perspective, for me, the PNG guys were a little too loose, especially the spinners. The seamers and that sort of thing did some good work. They put the batting pairs under a little bit of pressure early on. I just felt the spinners let it go away a little bit.
The consistency was...
Correct. So consistency, you've hit it on the now. They just weren't finding the right lengths continually. They weren't finding the channel. They weren't really bowling to that field. You drop it short to a big hitter, it's getting maximum punishment. Bang, there it goes. So, yeah, I think some of those things are for me, you know, if I look at Ravi, sort of nice and tight, good lines right up front. Pukana was a bit expensive, some bad balls, hurt him, straight away his confidence dipped, you know, that kind of thing. Maria, not great lines and length, he needs more consistency. Atea, he bowled well, although the score didn't reflect it. The batsman was by then sort of established, had good eyes, the eyes were in. So it makes it hard for a bowler coming in and he's trying to lob them up there and they see the ball that big, man, it's gone. You know, so puts pressure on the back end for the bowler. I think the captain was very clever. He did use a lot of rotation of bowlers to try and sort of set up a breakthrough, a break in that setup. Again, you know, if you look at Ataya, you know, Charles Amini, too short, got punished, too short. Vala, the spinners, too inconsistent with the line and length, too inconsistent. Siaka, Perna for him, he gets a drop catch. That would have been the breakthrough. Could have changed the game. I don't know.
Exactly.
But what did we say? Catches?
Yeah, catches win matches.
There we go.
Exactly.
So for me, the PNG bowlers were just not there. The early breakthrough of the Oman guys in the early upfront order, we had a little stand in the middle and then it just fell apart after that. And so guys, still, it was good cricket. It was really good cricket. So I think if the guys keep doing that, we're going to see a great tournament. And let's hero the underdogs. Let's hero the Omans. Let's hero the Scotlands and all these teams and the Omans and
the smaller countries.
Because there's great potential there. So all credit to the coaches. I don't know what their depth is like, but there is definitely stuff to work with there, guys. So it was great to watch. I really enjoyed that first match. Nice to see some new names, some new potential, some youngsters, some young guns coming through the system. Coachy, what do you say? I know we've got a time crunch on.
Yeah,
we've got another
so,
game to go watch.
Yeah, so just before we end off this video, I just want to talk about Oman's batting. I think Oman's batting was extremely dominant. Their opening partnership was brilliant. They hadn't lost the wicket. I think they won in, what was it, the 13.4 overs. So they batted really well, really aggressive.
Really.
And I'm just looking at my notes here as to what I wrote down, analysing and watching the game. The opening partnership, they really capitalised on the bad balls. So if there was a bad ball, they made sure they put it away. And, you know, thank you, I'm scoring runs for free.
Absolutely.
That's what it's about in the T20 World Cup. When those bad balls come along, you need to put them away. And if there aren't bad balls, you need to rotate strike. Which brings me to my next point. The opening partnership between, I've written their names down, Jatinda and Ilas. I think their running between the wickets was brilliant. Always looking to score runs, very positive. Taking those quick singles, making sure that they pierce the gap. And that requires good technique and practice. You don't want to hit the ball straight to the fielder because there's no runs there. So hit the ball where the fielders are not. And that's what they did very well. I think also the reason why they batted so well is they were always looking to score runs. Even though they were way ahead of Papua New Guinea, they weren't looking to just defend and look for the single here and the single. They took it on. They went to the bowlers and they said, come, let's see what you can do. If I can face your best ball, I've got your number. And that's what happened, and that's what we saw in today's game. They were looking to be positive. They used their feet a lot. So with the spinners, they weren't just standing still. They were using their feet, making the spinner feel very overwhelmed, because how do you bowl to such an aggressive batsman? And yet again, the shot selection, awesome. I mean, Jatinder, he was showing flair with his reverse sweeps and just looking to be really aggressive. So that was the game, and Jatinder, he ended up scoring 73 runs or 42 balls. That's a phenomenal strike rate.
Nice
just
way to
his
start.
score, yeah.
Nice way to start.
Just the score tells you how he was batting.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
And his partner, Ilas, he scored 50 or 43 balls.
Correct.
Also, nothing wrong. He played the quieter role because he just let Jatinder do his thing and go crazy. But that's what it's about. You need to feed off each other's energy. If one's batting well, take the anchor role and let him carry on going. So that was just a quick review of the game we saw earlier. The next game we're going to be watching is Bangladesh versus Scotland. I think that's going to be
That's going to be a cracker.
a crack of a game. I think they're both evenly matched strength-wise.
Yep.
And that's what we're going to go and do now. So stay tuned for the next video. But before we switch off, make sure that you subscribe so that you don't miss these videos. They're going to be coming out every single day frequently. You don't want to be missing them. And also, I'll leave all the links in the description. For those of you who don't know, Coach Alan and myself, we've got a Udemy course for batting. The ultimate batting course to take your game to the next level. I'll put all the links down below. And make sure you check it out because you don't want to miss it. It's running on an awesome special, so grab it before the special ends. From my side, that's it. Anything from you, Coachy?
No, I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing you guys in the next one. To our students on Udemy, hundreds of you out there learning to play cricket on our courses. Awesome. Thank you for the fantastic feedback. And on the channel, over 3,000, nearly 200 subscribers.
Awesome.
Hundreds of thousands of views. Guys, thank you very much. Really appreciate all your support. And we hope you can enjoy it. Tell us what you think and enjoy the channel. Coachy, let's go and do the next one.
Yeah, guys.
That was great.
We'll see you in the next video. And from us for the moment, it's goodbye.
Bye now, guys.